So, ladies and gentlemen, the time is here, okay? Finally, our guests of honor and all the dignitaries are just about to enter. So, I request all of you, okay, if you may stand, let's welcome them with our warm hearts. Huh? Warm hearts and maybe a round of applause. Welcome, welcome, sir. Welcome. Please. Sir. I request. I request all the dignitaries to please get their seats on the stage. Sir. Yes, all the dignitaries. May I request all the dignitaries to have your seats? Thank you. Welcome all. Thank you so much for joining us for this beautiful morning with such a great diaspora of all the dignitaries and wonderful tech giants, I would say, who are sitting in the dais. Thank you so much and welcome you all with warm heart. To begin with, I just would like to welcome our very own Mr. Ravi Raghavan, okay, who has been, so I would put it this way, Honorable Minister, sir, that you might have gone to a lot of companies, right, where they put a lot of hoardings with vision and mission. But there are very few companies who actually follow it or who run with the vision and mission of their managing director. And I'm proud to say this, that BFW is one of those companies. And I would like to invite our managing director, Ravi Raghavan sir, who has played enormous roles right from being the top 5 innovative engineer companies award by CII in 2018 for BFW. He is the one who established the Dr. Kalam Center for Innovation where we are sitting right now. He has studied BTech and has an MBA. But the most important part that he believes in and is passionate about creating a culture of innovation in the organization he works in, Dr. Kalam Center being one of those. He has worked in electrical industries, consumer durables, machine tools, and so on and so forth. He is served as the chairman of CII Karnataka State Council from 2016, and he is the current president for the Indian Machine Tool Manufacturers Association, IMTMA. I warmly welcome Ravi Raghavan sir to please welcome our guests and do the honors. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Namaskara. A big encourager of technology, technologists, and entrepreneurs with passion for skill development, our Honorable Minister for IT, BT, Science and Technology, Electronics, Skill Development, Entrepreneurship, and Livelihood, Dr. Ashwath Narayanji. When we went to invite him, he actually welcomed us with so warmth that we felt like, at home. And thank you very much, sir. We're so honored and motivated by your presence here. A gentleman who has contributed immensely to the technology development in India and an inspiration for all engineers, Dr. Saraswat, member Niti Aayog. Thank you, sir, for joining us virtually. We should change him to. Gentlemen who have been pillars of the automobile industry, Dr. Devarajan of TVS Motors and Mr. Parshuraman of Toyota Group, and many distinguished guests Mr. Jaspreet Sidhu, CEO, National Center of Additive Manufacturing, Mr. Mohan, from VSSC, Trivandrum, Mr. Raghavendra, MD, Government Tool Room and Training Center, Bangalore, Mr. Brian Matthew from Melty, who has come all the way from US to be with us, and the press and ladies and gentlemen. 60 years ago, an Indian entrepreneur, the Kothari family, envisioned that if India had to develop, it had to get industrialized, and machine tools would be the heart of industrialization. The group tied up with the best in machine tool company globally, the Fritz Werner of Germany, and started making machines in Bangalore in 1961. The JV lasted for about 4 decades, and after the buyout, we are now an Indian company with the same culture of German technology. In these 6 decades, BFW has strived to bring in innovation and technically superior products in the machining solutions. Our machining solutions and special purpose machines have addressed many complex needs of the customers across the globe. We are humbled that in a small way we had contributed to the Make in India programs. Our new subsidiary, M2 Next, was started with the purpose of developing and deploying Industry 4.0 solutions, and in the short time of 3 years, it has done a commendable job. Excellent examples across the industries. AM portfolio will add a new dimension to M2 Next solutions. Additive manufacturing is not a new technology. It has been there for more than 3 decades. It was more of a prototype machine, locked in safe rooms, in air-conditioned rooms, very few access to people, because these were expensive machines. But in the last 5 to 7 years, big strides have been taken in this industry. New technologies have been adopted, new processes, new materials, and the application has increased. But the prices remained high, and that's one of the reasons that adoption is low, particularly in countries like India. BFW started discussing about getting into additive manufacturing in 2015, 2016. We were discussing a partnership with one of the world's largest AM manufacturers in this space. A senior team visited us, and they did not move ahead in this relationship because they believed BFW at that time made more complex machines than they make, and AM was a simpler technology. And that's why we will not focus on AM and do subtractive more. Surprisingly, they said that AM machines have to look beautiful, aesthetically very good, and they should be kept in my living room, and you don't reach that technology as of now. Your machines are very rugged and look like a shop floor machine. Actually, these 2 points motivated us at that time, that we looked at a strategy and said that we will now bring AM machines to every shop floor. And it should be machines for the shop floor and not kept in a AC room. It should work 24/7 with dirty hands. We develop enough skill in people that people is never a constraint in a resource in developing AM technology. And we will match AM as a complementary product for subtractor so that they are as fast and as cost per piece sensitive. And that's an attempt with this product line. With our strong association with the automobile industry, we have learned that to make machines in a platform-based approach. With this philosophy, we have developed the whole photon range of additive manufacturing machines through which we want to address a maximum application, size, and materials. We're sure with these solutions, we'll be able to contribute to the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister of Atmanirbhar Bharat. and the vision of the state of Karnataka with our Honorable Minister driving it, that we become leaders in additive manufacturing in the country. Today's launch will be for the smallest machine of the series, the Photon 1000. The Photon 1000H is a hybrid machine which combines subtractive and additive technologies. The Photon R is an additive manufacturing machine with a robo combination. With these machines, we'll address the smaller components. Both these machines have been developed along with our partners, Meltio, which is a startup from Spain. The Photon 4000 in this range will be the largest printing machine globally, which we have designed and will be starting manufacturing in the next couple of months. Your presence today, all of you ladies and gentlemen, and our distinguished Honorable Minister, motivates us, and I'm sure we will make India proud and the state of Karnataka proud. Jai Hind and Jai Karnataka.
Thank you so much, sir, to be very frank, I have been working with BFW for quite some time, and I was not knowing about this story till date. So thank you so much for enlightening us with why it is important to have that vigor to go move forward and break those walls which are maybe stopping us from growing. So thank you so much for that. Right? Okay, now I would like to invite all the dignitaries on the dais, and I'll take the names for the lighting of the lamps. I request Kanaka ma'am also to help us with that. I request Dr. Ashwath Narayan sir, Honorable Minister, Dr. Devarajan, Mr. Parashuraman, Mr. Mohan sir from ISRO, Mr. Jaspreet, accompanied by our Managing Director Ravi Raghavan. Please. Yes, sir, please. You can come. The launch itself. So now let's do what we are here for, and it's a very, very important day and moment for us. I invite Dr. Ashwath Narayan sir, Honorable Minister, to do the honors of launching the Photon 1000H machine. Between all the dignitaries, please. Yes. I also request Mr. Jagannath sir to give a quick brief about the machines to Ashwath sir.
Hello. Yeah, you can just press the cycle start, this button. Yeah. So, good morning to all of you. So, it's a great pride for us that today we are launching the first laser-based DED hybrid systems inaugurated by Honorable Minister Dr. Ashwath Narayana. So, the machine has just started now. So, this machine has been named as Photon 1000H. which can do not only additive but also can do subtractive simultaneously. So today we have this machine with a volume of 500 by 500 by 500. This is the size of the part which can be built. And you can see that now the laser has just started, is going to start building this. And we are going to run a part which is nothing but a turbine blade on this. The building will happen and simultaneously the machining will happen on this. So this is of its first of its kind in the nation, which we have launched here, and it is ready to go into the market. And any of the customers who would require this in the market for the requirement can be easily met. And this has two displays, one on the subtractive display, the other on the additive display. And this entire machine is a single unit which has both additive and subtractive as a single piece. And this can go into the shop floor. Yeah. So now the building has just started. So this may take some hours to complete, and then we will do simultaneously the machining. Yeah. So we come to the next.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Honorable Minister and our dignitaries for the launch of Photon 1000R robot. And I request Mr. Jagannath sir to share insights about the machine.
So this is the second system. 1 minute. Just give the teach mandate. Press this button, sir. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the robotic system where the building has just now started. We are building a component called Airfire. And this is a 8-axis system with 6-axis articulated robot and 2-axis positioners with A and B. So almost all the kind of components can be built with any contour which has got 360-degree flexibility. So the printing has just started, and thank you very much, Dr. Ashwath Narayana, the Honorable Minister, for gracing this. Thank you very much. Over to you, MC.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for all the dignitaries and the guests for this beautiful launch. So, Honorable Minister, sir, it so happened that I was talking to my wife and I told her that, we are doing this event of laser DED launch. And she said, what is that? I said that if you are tomorrow going to start and make a rim for a car, you have to take a big block and then start machining. Here, we are only building what is needed and then machining. So I said, just imagine the amount of metal, hours, workforce that we are saving, which can be used for better things. So I am thrilled to know this, aren't you? You must be already knowing you're all our technical giants. But okay, moving further, now we have our very special guest who is not here with us, but he's online. I would like to welcome Dr. Vijay Kumar Saraswat, who is retired as a Secretary DRDO after more than 4 decades of government service. He is a mechanical engineer from IISc Bangalore, a PhD from Osmania University, and a gifted scientist. Okay, so this is something very, very interesting which I would like to share. As a secretary at DRDO, Dr. Saraswat played a pivotal role in establishment of the command, control, communication, storage, transportation, and deployment infrastructure for strategic nuclear assets to support the nuclear doctrine. So where we are playing an important role today, making us strong. Flight evaluation of long-range subsonic cruise missiles, long-range radars for tracking incoming enemy ballistic missiles, command and control and communication network command centers with decision support system for defense of national capital region against enemies' ballistic missile threat, established cyber security, because it's being said that maybe the next war would be a cyber war. A cyber security research and development center for developing offensive and defensive technologies for cyber security. It's such a thrilling personality, and he's here with us. Dr. Vijay Kumar Saraswat sir, welcome to the launch of India's first laser DED-based hybrid and robot technology. Over to you, sir, with your inputs.
Thank you very much. Uh, may I now greet the Honorable Minister, Dr. Ashwath Narayan sir, the industry giants, Mr. Parasuraman and Dr. Devarajan, and I understand you have Mr. Brian from CQ Melio also present in the function. Of course, my very close friend and colleague, Mr. Ravi, the MD of BFW, the members of media and other esteemed guests for this function of launching the Photon 1000H and Photon 1000R, the two major machines for additive manufacturing, which have been developed by BFW. A step, I must say, makes India proud that today, ability to indigenously manufacture such complex machines, which have got technologies starting from the robotics, the laser, the energy deposition systems, and so on, which certainly augurs well as far as India's self-reliant journey is concerned. We are very happy that this movement has come, because it's about 5 years back, I recall, when there were many seminars which were conducted in the city of Bangalore, where we discussed how India should proceed on the journey of additive manufacturing, 3D printing, and many skeptics have mentioned that India does not have that kind of ecosystem, so we'll have to depend largely on import. And today BFW has shown that it is not that India doesn't have, India has the capability, and I would like to congratulate the team BFW for doing that. A few things I would like to mention about the additive manufacturing. All of you know it is the product of the developing materials, developing technologies, and where industries are now adopting even direct metal additive manufacturing, which is emerging as one of the forefront technologies for manufacturing. Today, if you look at the market, it is expected to surpass about 18 billion and it will observe a CAGR of almost about 18.8% during the next decade, that is 22 to 32. So that is the kind of growth we are going to grow. All of us know that there are multiple technologies which are responsible for providing different kinds of machines. There are in fact 7 types as per the ASTM international standards, and 3 of them for metal parts indirectly, and 4 processes use metal parts directly. And the machine which you have done today, the directed energy deposition machine using a laser energy, is one among them. I'm very happy that such a thing is happening. The basic principles that are today available for the additive manufacturing are you have versatility in the manufacturing machine. As I could see, the combination which has been provided today, both for subtractive as well as the additive manufacturing by BFW, augurs well. Second one is you can have customization and flexibility for free, and you can handle the different complex parts, what we're talking of, without any penalty, and reduction of assembly work, because the number of parts which are required for making any product gets reduced, and the number of steps which are required for manufacturing and assembly gets reduced, thereby reducing the time to the market. There are very benefits which are going to happen today, both from the design and engineering and manufacturing. For example, for those who are designers, all of us know it is going to help us in fast prototyping, leading to the faster time to market. Greater customization can be done, as you are going to do for automobile industry, I understand, and new designs and functionalities can be achieved. And faster and flexible manufacturing processes will happen with reduced production steps, less time, fewer dedicated machines, and so on. And most important thing is the reduction in the material wastage. And I can also see in today's scenario where supply chain has become such a major question because of the geopolitical situations which have emerged. I think the simplified supply chain leading to localized production, refurbishment of facilities, and less dependence on the suppliers will be the major advantage as far as this is concerned. Now, India certainly should launch itself in a big way, and the steps which you have taken certainly in the right direction. It is valued at about $7 billion in 2070. Our industry is growing rapidly and is expected to be about 30.56 billion by 2023. So India being a major information technology service hub, it can achieve its true potential by adopting additive manufacturing. And the next generation of manufacturing 4.0 can also be augmented or supported by the introduction of the additive manufacturing, which will revolutionize industrial production landscape through digital processes, communication, imaging architecture, and engineering, and provide digital flexibility and efficiency. So India's efforts to position itself as a manufacturing hub certainly is a major step in that direction. Now, all of us have seen what are the good points of additive manufacturing, but there are many problems are still required to be solved. And those problems, unless they are solved, will always put question mark on the products which are coming out of the additive manufacturing furnace. For example, there is a limit on the part size. Yes, I know that there are a large number of big machines which are emerging on the scenario, so that limit may get into the background now. Another problem is the anisotropic mechanical properties, which is again a major issue which has to be solved. Warping is the issue. Building of overhang surfaces is the issue. And I do not know what is the cost of this machine, what you have developed, but whatever are the imported machines which are coming in the country today, the costs are very high. And in many cases, the efficiency of manufacturing is also a question mark. There are issues because the robotics and the automation has not been done to the right extent, so the accuracy also becomes a problem. You have problem of billowing, you have problems of gap in the top layers, you have sometimes under extrusions, over extrusion. So friends, what I'm trying to bring out is that we have to solve many of these problems to actually get the total advantage of the additive manufacturing. So what is possible when designers are free from the constraints of conventional manufacturing? This is what we are going to achieve when we solve all that. We will develop complex geometries, we will develop lightweight components, minimize manufacturing cycle time, develop customized structures. And 3D printing trends, if you look at it, the global 3D printing market is expected to grow about 12.6 billion in 21, 34.8 billion by 26 at a CAGR of about 22.5. And industrial 3D printer shipments rose 39% in the first 3 quarters of 21 compared to the same period in 2020. This is the kind of thing which is happening. What is important is to realize a complete breakthrough. We need to have some policy changes. For example, policymakers should identify and support mission-based applications in both government and commercial focused markets for AM to enable Industry 4.0 capability. Innovators to leverage additive manufacturing potential to re-architect existing systems or reshape established industries. There are a number of benefits, all of you know, I will not repeat that. And the kind of sectors which it is going to serve, the 3D printing, the automobile, the aerospace, the biological, the industry and the electronics, variety of things. And I was very happy to see that you are machining the turbine blade, which is one of the areas very close to my heart, where we would like to get a complete risk done by the additive manufacturing processes. And I'm very happy to know that companies like Wipro and others are doing wonderful job in making such products. I must say that India's performance so far in additive manufacturing is not very satisfactory in comparison to the countries like US, China, Germany, and Japan. While we have generated considerable interest in the Indian manufacturing due to its potential to support tremendous socio-economic growth, but government is now taking a lot of efforts, including multiple projects, like government is targeting to build around 50 India-specific technologies, 100 new startups, 500 products in 10 new and existing manufacturing sectors, along with creating jobs for more than 100,000 new skilled manpower. Mission establishment of 3D printing manufacturing lab at National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology, Aurangabad, is one such step in that direction. IISc Bangalore with Wipro to build India's first industrial grade 3D printer. And I'm very happy that BFW has already taken the right steps in that direction. There is a challenge with respect to the national strategy for additive manufacturing. One is the cost of equipment And materials is high since most of it are imported. Additive manufacturing is still developing in India because of the lack of formal additive manufacturing standards. Service providers for AM are limited and lack of additive manufacturing ecosystem as on today. There is monopoly of additive manufacturing market by foreign original equipment. There is a considerable lack of skilled manpower and lack of clarity around the issue of liability may arise as the current laws and standards in the country are based on traditional manufacturing processes. And there are several legal and ethical issues which may arise like IPR and they have to be also involved. So I would say research is required in many of these areas to solve the problems which I highlighted. But to conclude, I must say that AM plays to the strengths that India has, which is software technology and increasingly electronics and ESDM and artificial intelligence. AM is at the intersection of computing, electronics, emerging areas of AM, artificial intelligence, pattern recognition, and all the intellectual property that comes from that intersection is additive manufacturing. The progress will continue with software companies, large and small, focusing on software solutions to meet the requirements of additive technology. This evolution, which has been started now by BFW, will certainly fuel the next generation of software tools, which will drive AM forward into industrialization. I must, in the end, say that this is a very good beginning. I would like to wish BFW many more machines to come on the platform, and I would like to request the industry giants who are present here for as early as possible the adoption of AM manufacturing in their scheme of things, which will bring down the cost and build more machines for us to become self-reliant, reduce our import content as much as possible, and become Atmanirbhar as per the dreams of our Honorable Prime Minister. With these few words, I would like to conclude and thank and congratulate the BFW for a wonderful work. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Dr. Saraswat sir, thank you so much. Well, I would take one thing from what you shared, and that is that there are so many challenges that we have to overcome. And you know what? At BFW, we love challenges, don't we? As no matter what technology we work on, no matter what element we work on, we'll ensure that whatever you have shared today is taken into consideration and we take the necessary steps, including having the right patents and a plenty of them at BFW to support our country. Now, I would like to welcome our Honorable Minister, but before that, a small brief. So, you know, there are lakhs and lakhs of students who come out of colleges and schools every year, right? And our Honorable Minister plays roles literally for all the aspirations of these students have. So just to give you an idea about the portfolios that he handles, so he is the Minister of Karnataka, he's the Minister for Higher Education, he's the Minister for Electronics, Information Technology and Biotechnology, and even science and technology. He's the Minister of Skill Development. You must be knowing there's a lot of work going on under ensuring that India becomes an HR hub, a human resource hub for the world, and he plays a very vital role there. He also supports entrepreneurship and livelihood for the government of Karnataka. Just the most important factor I just got to know that he is one of the most approachable ministers in the ministry. So we are honored to have you here, sir, with us. And while, you must have seen right now, he's so keen in knowing new things that he just took a gist at, what this whole technology is about. That shows that how eager he is to know, understand, and support the industry. I welcome you, Minister, sir, for your words.
Namaskara and good morning to all the dignitaries. Since today all of us are here to launch the product that has been developed by the BFW, it's an honor and a privilege since all of us are looking forward to make India Atmanirbhar Bharat. For this to happen, without a right technology and a right manufacturing tools or machines, which is not possible. In this direction, I would like to congratulate the BFW for taking wonderful initiatives and having their own R&D, developing their own products is really appreciable. Your immense contribution for the past 60 years is really appreciable, and I congratulate you, congratulate the entire company and all the employees and all the research people or the technologists, the engineers who are involved in this work, sir. So more so on the occasion of launching of Photon 1000R and 1000H, I think it's the most privilege and an honor to launch this product in the state of Karnataka and Bangalore. I think it's my honor to inaugurate these products along with all the dignitaries who are on the dais and off the dais. The dignitaries on the dais, Mr. Ravi Raghavan, the Managing Director of BFW, and our CEO of the National Center for the Additive Manufacturing, Mr. Jasprit Sidhu, and our consumers from Devarajan, from TVS Motors, and our Parshuramanji from Toyota Engines. This is a great honor they are here, and more so, we had an inaugural talk from Vijay Kumar Saraswat, who is the Chancellor of JNU, and Mr. Mohan from Vikram Sarabhai Space Center from Trivandrum, and Naga Anmaya from CMTI, and all other dignitaries who have come here and been part of the, and Brian Matthews from Meltio, who is here. I really appreciate your presence, sir, and you are having a partnership with BSW. It's fantastic to have you here, and Mr. Raghu sir from our NTTF, and Mr. Raghavendra from GTTC. All the dignitaries, it's a great time to have a great function here to launch these products. Since all of them have been talking about the latest technologies, the substract technology, the additive technology, the improvisation coming out with new machines to add more value and make it much more better and environmentally sustainable and environmentally friendly. Now wastage, minimizing the cost is important, and ensuring the sustainability is also important, probably in that direction. This kind of technologies, earlier the technologies were more creating more of environmental impact. Now it is becoming more so environmental protection, and sustainability has become the way forward to make it net zero. Probably in that direction, the savings of the material, the time, and the technology, and making much more better products and the quality. The way forward is pursuit of excellence, and quality is the way forward to ensure that we are the best in the world and we can give the best of the best quality. So in this direction, the state of Karnataka, under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister and our Honorable Chief Minister, we have been adopting Industry 4.0, sir. Industry 4.0, as the industry is moving forward, simultaneously for your demand and supply, the manpower is very important probably in this direction. ITI institution in the state of Karnataka, we have more than 1,100 ITI institution. The government institution, we have more than 250, 270 government institution run by the government ITI institution, where we have adapted Industry 4.0 for the learning. Probably in this direction, we have already developed 150 institutions out of the 270 institutions by collaborating with Tata Technologies, and we have contributed from the state government around 1,000 crore rupees. And remaining, whatever was required, 4,000 crores has been added by the Tata Technologies, and they have developed the entire model in the 150 institution. It has become a very good national model, which has now been replicated in many other states. Through this institution, now we are able to train thousands and lakhs together youngsters or the students in this particularly institution. And along with this, the Polytechnic institution, yearly we admit more than 70,000 students in each of the Polytechnic institution in the state of Karnataka, where completely it was revamped. Probably we tied up with the BCIC also for the industry employability and the industry collaboration for developing of the content. By doing so, we have ensured that the learning has become much more relevant, industry friendly, industry employability, the concern of the industry has been very strongly addressed. Now, imagine more than 1 lakh people join ITI, more than 70,000 people join Polytechnic, more than 10 to 15,000 people join GTTC, Government Tool and Training Center, and KGTTI and NTTF, and many other institutions. All these institutions, they have upgraded themselves to Industry 4.0. As the entire world is aligning towards the Industry 4.0, and the products, the machines, they all have been developed to adapt and lead in the global manufacturing. And India, not only catering to the demands of our country, we are trying to cater to the demands of the entire globe. And we have a immense resource, human resource, infrastructure, and all possible things. We need to work in this direction. We are completely gearing up, sir. As the state of Karnataka is always known for innovation, advancement, engineering, technology, manufacturing, precision manufacturing, for all this, and aerospace, defense, and satellite, ISRO, for all these institutions, we have made a huge difference, and automobile. So all these sectors, many more sectors, all of us, we have been doing well, and more so in agriculture also, we are completely getting into the digital technology, modernization. Completely now, the NGOs are going to run the entire management system in even the basic level. So self-help groups also have become very active. So with all these things, we are completely gearing up, and we want to work in this direction. And the engineering curriculum also, it has been completely upgraded. Completely upgraded. The engineering institution in the state of Karnataka, now it is on par with ITI syllabus, IIT syllabus. IIT, whatever has been taught in the IIT, on the similar lines, the curriculum has been adopted in state of Karnataka. We are the first people to adopt in the entire country national education policy. We are the first people. Not only just adapting, we are fully geared up to make it effective implementation. To make it very effective, the right required platform, the technology, integration, and the methods, and the reforms in governance, reforms in administration, and as well as bringing the latest legislation to ensure the entire governance system and the empowerment of the institution, and facilitating, and as well as bringing the latest curriculum and the framework. All these things have been done, and we want to be the best in the world. Probably in this direction, any industry to catch up and do well, the education is the most, learning and teaching is the most important thing. So we are emphasizing a lot, and we want to become much more sustainable. We want to be the best in the world. Probably in this direction we are working. Why I am making this statement is to assure the industry that you can look up to the institution to address or cater to your requirement of the skilled manpower. The skilled manpower, what you have been looking for, will be supplemented, will be ensured by our state institutions, not only for Karnataka, for entire nation and for the entire world. So whatever is the requirement, we were willing to address the requirement. So more so we'll collaborate, and Mr. Ravi Raghavan had just put across one suggestion for the establishment of the Center of Excellence with regard to the substract technology, additive technology, robotics, IoT, and many more things. So whatever has been suggested, we will be willing to collaborate. Sir, we will have a dedicated facility. You are most welcome. So you can take it from now itself. This moment, sir, we agree with your proposal. We agree with your proposal. We look forward immediately we can establish. We are having one institution coming up in Devnalli in the aerospace park. We are having a 5-acre land which the building will be ready probably by September. We started the construction only in October or November. And within September, the entire building will be ready, and it will be ready for operation. It will be more than 60,000 square foot. That is the speed we are working, sir. We take things and do it in months, not in years, sir. So you can look forward, be very confident, and it's not the same old thing, sir. We are willing to work with the industry and very closely. Now even in engineering, entire curriculum, whatever is the latest development, everything will be integrated, sir. Everything will be integrated. After passing out, the student need not get into the training mode. Straight away he can start working, not getting into the training mode. So apprenticeship, even apprenticeship, we have more than 30,000 people having apprenticeship opportunity, but we are not getting much. So we need to integrate work with the industry. Even the industry has closed its door. We want the industry to open their doors. So during their learning, all the students need to get an opportunity to get internship, project, apprenticeship, any other opportunity. And skill development also, we are giving topmost priority. We want each and every person to be skilled, and each and every person to be productive, and each and every person should align with the best of the best practices. So in this direction, nobody should remain unproductive. Nobody should remain idle. Nobody should get free food. So we want each and every person to become productive. There's no free space for anybody. So we want each and every person to become productive. In the state, we have a huge manpower, which we want to make them productive. In this direction, we are willing, and we appreciate all the developments, and we'll adapt and we'll take it forward, sir. And we are aligning completely with the industry, sir. All our degree education is aligned with the National Skill Qualification Framework, sector councils, BA, BCom. Now in all programs we have technology embedded into everything. It is part of curriculum and it is for exams. And it is part of curriculum and it is for exams. So even a humanities student will be knowing about technology, sir. So we are not letting it go any opportunity. We want each and every person in the state of Karnataka to learn properly what is relevant for today. So we can look forward to the bright of bright students and bright youngsters who can come to industry and do their best. So with these few words, I will stop here, sir. Already I had come late. Please excuse me for coming late. I didn't wanted to come late. I started early, but some other reasons I got stuck up and I came late for this function. I request all of your apology. I wasted 1 hour of your precious time. So I humbly request all of your... yes, sir. And since we are a national capital for the machine tool, now we are going to become the national capital. Sab, CEO sab, Amara Bangalore, Karnataka होना है national capital for additive manufacturing. Since there is a 35 billion, I am being told $35 billion market is there. $35 billion US market is there. At least by $1 billion US dollar market, we are trying to have it within next 4 or 5 years, 3 years, probably within 3 years. So in that 35 billion US dollar, $1 billion US will be in India, and we want to become the capital and pro in that direction. The BFW is the second company in the entire world to manufacture the additive manufacturing machine. So it's a great honor, sir. We really appreciate and recognize your immense contribution, and more so Kalam Saab had visited this institution. We want to name this R&D after him. It's fantastic, sir. We appreciate, and we want any other support, sir. We want your place to be recognized as a center for learning, for doctoral program, research program. You want any recognition from government, from the educational universities, any university, we will give that recognition. You want to become a training partner, since you don't manufacture, you want anything, sir. Anything from our side, institute training, anything, any industrialist, anything you will look forward for our entire government. We are not trying to hold on to anything, sir. We are letting it go, everything. And even the similar direction in our national education policy, the entire governance model go to each institution. They will have the total freedom. So we are working in that direction, sir, under our leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister and our Honorable Chief Minister, and we'll make the state of Karnataka the best place to do business. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity. I congratulate all of you. Namaskar, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Honorable Minister, sir, you know that at BFW, if you go to the canteen, you will find a huge workforce who is a very hard-working workforce. There is only one thing, all the hard-working people need, and that is a pat at the back or a small motivation that go ahead, we are with you. And your speech today was exactly like that. Don't you agree? So thank you so much for letting us know that the doors are open, for letting us know that we don't have to dream small, we should dream big. Right? So moving ahead, the Honorable Minister is running, has to go for next engagement, but I would request Ravi Raghavan sir. So, yeah, as you know, the next meetings, is starting. Though I request Ravi Raghavan sir to felicitate the minister. Please, the team, you can just stand here. Yeah. I request Ravi Raghavan sir to felicitate the Honorable Minister. Go from here. Yes. Let there be a round of applause. There is such a great thing happening here. As the Honorable Minister said, it's not just about a launch here, but it's about opening a lot of doors for the upcoming years. There is a big dream that we have with our Honorable Prime Minister, to share. And now this is a special gift, Honorable Minister, sir. This is the 7th generation of artists from Orissa who has created this wonderful artwork. As you support skill development, sir, here is a small artisan gift for you. Yes. Great. Yes, sir. Yes. Take him to Iris. Take him to Iris. Yeah. So I will ask Honorable Mr. Sir, so you can check out our products, and as well as you spoke about Industry 4.0, our company M2 Next has been running with 4.0 with the Iris technology, which supports with a SaaS model and which is there on display. So there are a few more dignitaries who are going to give their ideas and their inputs about the launch, and then I will open the floor. You want? list of the dignitaries' designation?
Yes.
I have it. I'll arrange it for you. I will take a picture.
This is the whole.
Thank you.
This is the vote of thanks.
No, no, so these are all there, no? The
Yeah, yeah.
designations. Okay, no problem. That gentleman in the white shirt.
He's Mr. Brian Matthews. He's
not-
the
he's not
CTO
in
of
Okay.
Meltio, Mr. Brian Matthews.
Thank you.
So this is, since 6 years we have Industry 4.0. We have our own platform. All machines shipped from here can get connected in 10 seconds once the machine is switched on. And the whole MES system, that is manufacturing excellence, is started immediately when the machine is switched on in the shop floor. And prior to that, we start from SAP order booking till the machine building and shipping also is entirely captured in IoT 4.0. So we have the traceability of all the machine history, which can be collaboratively analyzed and take decision accordingly. IoT connected. This AM machine is now live here.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, sir, for your presence and your insights. Yeah. We are going to continue with the program. We have got few more amazing dignitaries who are going to share their insights about the launches. Just to share you an idea, what you're able to see on the screens is a live machining inside. And you can So while while the minister was interacting, see, it's such a great thing to have a minister who is not only, who's not only invited for a launch, he just comes, does the launch and leaves, but who is really enthusiastic to know more about the technology. He gives his ideas, his inputs about, how he is going to play a role in adding value to the industry, because ultimately, I always say that a minister will do the signatures, right? He will do the signatures on sanctions or on the budget or something, whichever minister. But important aspect is, it's the team, it's the companies, it's the startups, it's the ecosystem who builds the dreams and, bring them into reality. So it's very, very crucial on that part. So now, moving ahead, now I request Mr. Parshuraman sir, to grace us, who is the current president and whole-time director and member of the board, Toyota Industries Engines Private Limited. He is the immediate past president of Bangalore Chamber of Industries and Commerce and Education. He is a BE graduate in mechanical engineering from Madras University. He is MS Postgraduate in Technology Operations in BITS Pilani. He is MPT Management Program from IIM Bangalore, Master Certificate Program of Gemba Kaizen JIPM. He is a leader of development program at Toyota Motor Global Learning Center, Mikabe, Japan. And there are few other pages. So I will put it this way, that if I would have, got a certain, even a quarter of the certificates that he would have got, my parents would have given sweets to the whole city. Okay, so that much amount is what we have here. So without further ado, I welcome Mr. Parasuraman sir to grace us with his thoughts about additive technology.
Very good morning all. I think it's a great day for the Indian mission tool industry. Hearty congratulations to Mr. Ravi Raghavan and team BFW and N2X, I think integrated. It's an amazing day, in fact, to celebrate Dr. Saraswat ji, our good friend, philosopher and guide. He mentioned it's a great thing that has happened in the country today. And the first of its kind in the nation. And maybe 4000X is going to be launched in a couple of months, the manufacturing. I think the first in the world. So what a great day. First in the country and next first in the world. And when I saw the machine name, it is so beautifully coined. It says hybrid. It says robo. And it is a metal. So when you talk about a machine tool industry, normally it comes to me three things. One is fixturing, one is tooling, third is flexibility, fourth is ergonomics. The sigma effect of all these things is cost per piece, right? My good friends Dr. Devarajan and Mr. Sidhu, they're all here, they'll all agree with me. So when I look at the toto, fixturing, tooling, flexibility, and the ergonomics, everything is contained in this machine. And I don't want to say that it is for Mr. Ravi Raghavan. When I talked about the price also, it is an amazing number. I really loved it. And when I looked at the localization, can I say that? It is starting with a huge percentage of make in India. Atmanirbhar. I think this day will be remembered for a long, long time. And I was appealing to the minister from the industry side, definitely this advanced technology should be included under a PLI scheme. In fact, from the chambers, from BCIC, CII, IMTMA, also you would love to take it to the highest levels to bring these kind of technologies under PLI. Saraswat ji is with us. In fact, he has been a great friend to us. Mr. Jyotish is here. So every conference on international conference on additive manufacturing under the chairmanship of Mr. Jyotish, which I happen to be the chairman of the advisory committee for a long time. I think Dr. Saraswati is there in every meeting, so meticulously. Therefore, I am sure it is the right thing to include it under the PLI scheme. We would like to make a very strong appeal to the MHI and the electronics industries to bring it under the PLI scheme. So just to talk about this machine, when I looked at it, from the fixturing point of view, my first point, no fixturing is required. Maybe minimal fixturing, I don't know, because I am told it's a hybrid, so you can run either on the machining center route or on the additive manufacturing. Friends, I call this as addictive manufacturing. I love that word addictive, because once you start working on this, you get addicted. And the sky is not the limit. It's a huge subject. I can keep on talking. So first is the fixturing. Second is tooling. Tooling also, no tooling is required for this because it's all run by the laser, direct energy, right? Direct energy, laser. So deposition is happening, direct energy. So no fixturing, no tooling, and flexibility, no setup time. right? Changeover time is almost zero from one product to another product. Then when you talk about ergonomics, no coolant. I just talked to Ravi Raghavanji. No coolant required for this. Sustainability. Finally, sigma of this is cause for peace. So I think it's a great blessing to every machine tool industry to look at this product with a bigger eye, and every industry, be it MSME or any manufacturing industry, should look at this option. I'm sure why 1000, even 500 or 300 should start coming, even for smaller prototypes. I think the horizontal deployment both ways should be possible, from 1000 to 4000 to 10,000, or even to 500 to 200 should be possible on miniature scales. So when I look at this, again, this machine, for Atmanirbhar today, make in India, I think you name anything today for flexibility, rapid prototyping, which is the order of the day for introduction of fast products, because time to market is very, very important. Therefore, metal is another great feature. Therefore, you can make all the prototypes in this machine in no time. You can make any number of samples, permutation combinations are possible in this machine. Then the flexibility I talked about. Therefore, I think from a multi-purpose point of view, this would be a great stepping stone to every industry. I don't look at just as mass manufacturing, as an integrated piece of every industry. If you look at India has got more than thousands of MSMEs and big companies, it's a pride to have this kind of machines because the flexibility. You can make a prototype, you can make a small fixture in no time, you can make a complicated machine part, you can make a spare for a assembly line or a maintenance spare which has broken down. You can do coating also. I am told the laser coating, it gives a hard protection. And I am told the cycle time is 1 minute. I think no more kind of rapid prototyping machine. It can be integrated in the mass manufacturing. And when I talk about flexible manufacturing and ergonomics, it is also connected to the robo. Therefore, I love this machine. And hats off to Mr. Ravi Raghavan. It's a great boon to the Indian machine tool industry. And I'm sure not only the state government, central government will support this together with the industry bodies. And I'm sure this will be a great eye-opener and breakthrough in the Indian machine tool industry and also for manufacturing in India, which is going to be the future. Because today at 8-9% of total GDP, India is going to grow to 25% of total GDP in manufacturing. Whether we like it or not only market India, but factory India. Huge Chinese market is going to flow to India because of young age, youth, aging population is happening in the other Western countries and China. But India has got a youth power, so skill development is going to complement this activity. Therefore, this has come at the right time for India. So IoT, this artificial intelligence, machine learning, and integrated technologies will form a new set of manufacturing, will really change the complexion. I am told in Sony, it's run by 2 people, one dog and a man. The purpose of dog is to ensure that he feeds it properly, and the dog's purpose is to ensure nobody enters the factory. I think those kind of manufacturing is going to be very common. Even from that space also, thanks to COVID, several learnings happened in manufacturing. This will be an eye-opener. And I congratulate Mr. Ravi Raghavan, Mr. Jagannathan, and the entire team for bringing this breakthrough. And Mr. Shinde is here. He is a veteran and doyen of Indian machine tool manufacturing. I think my good friends. And thank you very much for this opportunity. And God bless. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. As I believe that, every dignitary, when he speaks, there is a takeaway from, what he has shared. It's not just about a launch, but it's about his sharing all his so many years of experience, so many years of learnings. And as I said, thank you so much, sir, for sharing it with us, for letting us know that additive manufacturing it's not supposed to be just one additional product in the kitty of the products of a company, but it should add to a lot of things that are going to help the country or the whole ecosystem to grow when it comes to machining and when it comes to mother machines. Moving ahead, I would like to now welcome our another dignitary, Professor of Dr. S. Devarajan. He is a BE Mechanical Engineering, MBA. Industrial Engineering MS and Engineering Doctorate in Manufacturing Systems Engineering from University of Warwick, UK. He is awarded the prestigious Rolls-Royce Award for Excellence in Manufacturing Concepts and Implementation in UK. He is awarded Thought Leadership by Automotive Manufacturing Solutions, UK. He's been working with TVS Group for past 38 years and presently as Head of Advanced Manufacturing Production Engineering in TVS Motors. So as you can see, all the words are so heavy that I had to turn my tongue quite a couple of times. So Devarajan sir, I welcome you for your humble remarks. Thank you. Please welcome with a round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. It's been a fantastic morning for all of us. I think it's really proud for me, especially I came to BFW at the initial start of BFW itself. And TVS and BFW have been an extremely close relationship from whether SPM design or the new design of the machines here, fixtures. I think today I'm really extremely happy because we are trying to take India, Karnataka to the higher level itself. So definitely I would like to congratulate Ravi Raghavan, everyone in the BFW for the excellent effort. This comes from the bottom of my heart because development is not easy. Because you can always continue to do SPMs, you can always continue to do machining centers. But BFW has really taken every time when we talk to BFW, there is a niche forward. I remember at least 6-7 years back when Ravi Raghavan and Jagannath were in the factory in our TVS Motor, we were talking about what information we can get from the machines. Even in TVS Motor, we do a lot of innovations inside on the area, apart from making the two-wheelers and three-wheelers. And the thought which Ravi Raghavan mentioned that time, I'm able to see actually practiced here. Really outstanding. That's the area where I feel there is a direction from the top. I think given the introductory message he was mentioning, the way in which the entire work is done here, it's actually down to earth. I think that's the most important for company to grow and people to grow along with the company. I really congratulate the entire BFW team for the excellent effort. See, we always talking about Atmanirbhar, talking about $2.7 trillion economy today in India, growing towards $6 trillion economy, probably in the next 2025. All these things are the stepping stones. And from TVS Motor, we always think that how to make our products lighter and how to make the lightweighting is a major part we are taking. And I find normally we use additive manufacturing in terms of polymer, especially for our styling parts, which are used for the trial of our parts, and some of the metal parts. And we always found metal parts challenging in terms of making the prototype. Maybe in R&D we make prototype, maybe not for the small scale production. I find here the cycle time being low and able to get the quality level because of the machining addition to it. I think this will be I feel a game changer if we are able to take 5 tattvas into our mind. If we are able to take all the elements of fire, element of wind in terms of the power, in terms of the other consumption, and make the cost per piece lower. Because I feel in terms of additive manufacturing, the challenge would be on the material cost. So together with the manufacturer and the OEMs, we can see where we can get the powder in terms of powder or the wire. I think wire is the area in which the changes are happening and the cost is coming down. So cost per piece would be the most critical factor. And I think probably over the next few years or next few months, a lot of new things are coming up in the two-wheeler itself. And probably in the next 4 or 5 years, the design for two-wheeler itself, a lot of changes are happening. The challenge which we might face as an OEM is we should be designed for additive manufacturing. It cannot be just replacing any part which you make by additive manufacturing. So the onus lies with us so that we have design for additive manufacturing, working along with the function rather than the component. A combination of parts, I think Jyotish mentioned that is the most important thing for all of us to work together. And I think it's a really starting good point today. And we're talking about, in manufacturing, we talk about 6M conditions and Parashram did mention everything is taken care of for the machines. The seventh M is the most important thing. That is Mother Earth. We are trying to recycle, we are trying to have circular economy. In this approach of combination of additive, subtractive, would be the future, I feel, by reducing the number of footprint, reducing the size of the factories, but getting the variety which is required by the customer. The most important thing, I feel, is the customer. The customer is the final machine, the person who buys a vehicle. I feel the most important is an operator or a designer who is a customer for us. So how we are able to take care of his needs of automation, of his needs of the making flexibility, and intellectual improvement in terms of the skill level, which will be the key areas. I think being the leader in BFW, if you can work along with the institutes like what the minister did say, working along with, I think we'll work along with BCIC to see how it can be integrated along with the curriculum, because the most important thing is the people for us. And it's been a brilliant machine which have got both robotics and the regular ones, and combination of both additive and in terms of subtractive areas would be the future, I feel. So again, congratulate entire BFW team, entire people in the shop floor or here or in the entire, the strength of BFW will be the strength of the people. And I congratulate each one of you for the excellent work done, and let's hope we work together in terms of the requirements of the automobile industry and requirement for the customer requirement in our front. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your inputs. One of the most crucial things I believe that he shared was, with this technology, we are not just adding new things, but we would be reducing the footprint of the machines, at the same time ensuring that there is higher output. Just imagine, I mean, as I said while I was explaining to my wife, I realized that even if a block of steel or iron that was earlier used for machining, if it goes down, now that can be used at so many various other places where, it was just a waste earlier, or a scrap. So thank you so much for your insights, sir. Thank you so much for being with us. Now I would like to welcome our next guest, Mr. Jaspreet, who is a recognized leader in additive manufacturing industry, who has the ability to carry an eagle-eye view, very important, while driving implementation on ground. Because the most important factor is, we just imagine, we envisage, but at the same time, to have that vision is very, very important. So here is Mr. Jaspreet. He is currently at the helm of affairs of NCAM as a CEO. He is keen to drive broader engagements with brands, businesses, startups, academics, and research institutes to implement additive manufacturing roadmap for India going forward. So the most important factor is what, the whole, since morning that we have been talking about, that there is a huge industry, there is a huge, let's say, huge requirement of using this technology in the industry, and I believe Mr. Jaspreet is going to help us open our eyesight or give us an insight on what the future is going to be like. So Mr. Jaspreet, please welcome.
First of all, a very warm welcome and pleasant afternoon to all the dignitaries, all the guests at this event. So I will commence by congratulating BFW for coming up with this subsidiary of M2 Next and taking a major stride by developing India's first laser DAD-based hybrid and robot metal printer. These commendable efforts contribute to our nation's Make in India initiative instrumentally. DAD, as most of us probably know by now, is an additive manufacturing process in which focused thermal energy is used to fuse materials by melting as they are being deposited. When coupled with CNC machining in a single hybrid equipment, DAD results in a powerful technology for obtaining a precise finish of the built part. The technology is currently being utilized across aviation, defense, space, and construction. I believe that was one of the queries from the dignitaries, that what exactly is this technology used for? So case in point, one reference case is Lockheed Martin Space has recently used DAD to build titanium fuel tank domes for satellites. So using this technology, the company reduced production timelines for the component by 87% and reduce their lead time from 2 years to just 3 months. So that's the power of the DD technology. DD also is used for structural parts and very instrumental for commercial aircraft components. In the past, we have seen several foreign private players amaze the world with technological advancements. But we know majority of them are supported by brilliant Indian scientists and engineers. But now it is time that the technology developed by Indians is built in the country and then exported globally. It's time that we occupy a larger share of the 3D printing industry that is expected to grow to USD 65 billion by 2026. Being the CEO of NCAM, I once again congratulate the entire BFW team for the initiative on developing the first DAD equipment in the country and look forward to support it by all possible means to make it a successful brand. So whatever bottlenecks are currently there in the entire ecosystem, please put that forward to us and we'll ensure that we take care of it. I already took feedback in terms of material development. That's the biggest challenge which we have as of now. And there are standardization issues. There are a lot of issues which we have to work upon. So that's one of the mandate which we have from the government of India, that we have to accelerate the technology by many folds and taking it to the next level in the country. For the benefit of the large audience, probably a lot of people don't know what NCAM is. So National Center for Additive Manufacturing is jointly established by Ministry of IT and Electronics, Government of India, and the Government of Telangana in collaboration with the industry. NCAM will promote and enable the adoption of additive manufacturing technology in India and raise awareness of potential benefits and address challenges in the ecosystem by collaboratively working with the relevant stakeholders. NCAM is conceptualized with a vision to create and enable a sustainable ecosystem for product innovation in India with emphasis on research, design, development, and testing through collaborative efforts between academia, industry, and government using the disruptive technology of additive manufacturing. The NCAM will ensure the growth and development of the AM ecosystem in the country, and it will be a physical center located in Hyderabad, equipped with state-of-the-art AM infrastructure, office, and incubation, etc. With the launch of NCAM and the initiative to be undertaken it, we would further accelerate the ecosystem and realize our vision to establish India as a globally recognized one-stop destination in 3D printing technology. I request the representatives from industry, from startups, from academia present today to look at NCAM as their partner to build a world-class innovative solutions at an accelerated pace. In this journey of the industry, we'll ensure due support is enabled for the innovators as we closely work with MITI, the Government of India, and industry partners. So let's all be ambitious and take the Indian 3D printing industry to new heights. So without taking much time, I know we're running behind schedule and we have other meetings to catch up. I'll wrap up my speech here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that NCAM is playing such a vital role in ensuring that there are so many new additions or the support that the industry is going to get. So thank you so much for that. We are going to move further with our next guest. I welcome Mr. Brian Matthews, who holds a postgraduate degree in nuclear physics with over 23 years of experience in advanced nuclear energy systems design and analysis, as well as advanced manufacturing for a wide range of industries and applications. A proven successful startup entrepreneur. He co-founded a global additive manufacturing company, Meltio, in 2019. He is the Chief Technology and Innovations Officer for Meltio and oversees the R&D, special projects, and technology incubation activities of the company. I welcome Mr. Brian, who has come all the way from US to grace us today with his presence and share his insights about additive manufacturing. With a round of applause, please.
Okay, thank you everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you to Mr. Ravi Raghavan for the kind invitation to be here. Congratulations to the entire BFW team. I think the work that has been done that I've seen in the past couple of days has been really quite spectacular. So a big congratulations. I've got a few things to say, mainly about the technology. I'm a technologist. My heart is always in technology, and I think technology is something it's like magic. You know, when it works, it's very special. And technology has always difficult beginnings. And it's like the old adage that everything is impossible until it's done, and then it's easy, right? So it's the same thing with this technology. I think the additive manufacturing industry, if you look at it today, it's a really large potential. Really, we're at the beginning of that sort of S-curve of technology adoption. The global industry today is only 10 to 15 billion US dollars. The projection for the next 3 years is to get to about $50 billion. But even then, that's a really tiny fraction. If you look at the global manufacturing market for metal, just all processes, subtractive, metal forming, additive, everything combined is about $5 trillion. So even in 3-4 years from now, with this rapid growth, we're only still at 1%. So it's really quite spectacular when you think of those statistics. I think these machines you see to your right are really wonderful manifestations of the technology. The technology Meltio has developed over the last several years has been really from the ground up. And that's why I very much like the work that's been done here with the BFW team. By really no compromises, the machines you see here have been built from the ground up around the technology. And that's something you don't normally see in the industry, where when I travel the world a lot and I see a lot of great products, but most of the products I see are sort of technology compromises. When you compromise a product to work with another product, you don't get this elegant solution. Oh, sorry. So, yeah, so with that said, I think these products are really fantastically engineered. And I think in this market, they're going to do exceedingly well. When I look forward to the sort of trends in the industry, I think there's no question that there's going to be a greater market share for what we call DED. DED is sort of directed energy deposition. What's unique about this process is that we use a laser source, but we use multiple laser sources. And that gives us an interesting architecture where we can have the material feed on axis, which is really crucial for having excellent material properties and geometrical capabilities. I love the name of the product, Photon. I think that's a brilliant move. Because really that's what we're doing. We're engineering products with the basic quanta of energy, which is light. So yeah, I really love the product name. I wish I'd thought of that. Yeah, so yeah, the technology is DED laser-based, and I think what we're going to see is that DED is going to grow the market share in metal AM, and metal AM is going to grow its market share in traditional manufacturing. So you've got these two growth curves. I think the interesting thing for the technology, because it's been built around sort of first principles approach, when you have a first principle mindset, you're looking at everything from, you know, what is the cost of the machine? What is the cost of using the machine? What are the consumables costs? How easy is it to use the machine? What is the quality of the part? You look at all these sort of what I call friction points, barriers to adoption. And what we've tried to do is to really optimize the technology to break down all those barriers. So a metal wire process is really unique in that regard because 100% of the material ends up in the part. Now in a hybrid system, yes, there's a very small minor amount of material removal to get to the final shape, but the fraction of material utilization is extremely high, and most other processes don't have that characteristic. Also, metal wire is close to commodity material price, so I think when you look at it from that first principle mindset, it's very difficult to beat this process on cost, and that's crucial for moving forward and getting to this volume strategy. Because like BFW, Meltio has a volume mindset. So we want to keep costs low, we want to make the machine easy to use, and make it open and accessible. I think the other characteristic of the technology, that's something that we haven't spoke about today, but I find really fascinating, is multi-material. So this technology is capable of using more than one material in the same part. And that has really fascinating applications that you don't normally see in industry, because the mindset for design has been you have a part, you have a geometry, and you build it out of one material. And because that's the way manufacturing's been done in the past, there hasn't been the tools to put different materials into the same part. So with this technology, you can add two materials in the same parts, and that allows you to have either a performance advantage or a cost advantage, or both. We recently demonstrated some applications where we manufactured aircraft turbine blades, which are normally alloy 718 parts, and we achieved the same result with manufacturing the blade from stainless steel, and like 98% of the mass was stainless steel, and only 2% of the mass was alloy 718, and we just put the 718 where it's really needed, that sort of leading edge of the blade. So you end up with a part that performs the same, but the cost is 5-6 times lower cost. So I think this type of technology is going to change the way people think about design, and in the future there's going to be multi-material parts will be almost like a standard consideration. It won't be something you see just done for research and development. It's going to be done for mass production. So yeah, sorry, don't want to bore you too much with the details of the technology. It's an honor to be here. It's my first time in the country. My father was born in this country, so for me it's an emotional connection to come here for the first time. And so I hope I have many more opportunities to visit. Again, congratulations on a wonderful event. I think the team here are incredible, very hardworking, and it's great to be with you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brian. I mean, I would like to say welcome back, but as you are already a part of our country through your father, I would say thank you for being here. Thank you so much for adding your inputs about the industry, adding your details. In terms of, as he's rightly said, one of the most crucial elements of what we are trying to achieve here is the tremendous growth, not only to be considered additive manufacturing as some standalone small section in the manufacturing sector, but down the line taking care or becoming the mainstream requirement or the mainstream use of for the metal manufacturing. So thank you so much, Brian, for your inputs. Moving forward, as we come to the end of the event, okay, we had planned for a small question and answer round. We had also planted questions, so to be asked to Mr. Brian, who is going to share. But as the time is a little pressy, we are going to move directly to the felicitation of the dignitaries. So I request our Managing Director, Ravi Raghavan sir, to felicitate our dignitaries. I request Ravi Raghavan sir to first felicitate Dr. Devarajan sir. Team, please. Thank you so much, Devarajan sir, for being with us, for your inputs. With a round of applause, please. I would now request Ravi Raghavan sir to felicitate Mr. Parshuraman sir. Now I request Ravi Raghavan sir to felicitate Mr. Mohan, who is here with us from ISRO. Okay, so Mr. Mohan is just returning. I would now request Ravi Raghavan sir to felicitate Mr. Jaspreet from NCAM. With a round of applause, please. Let the applause be heard across the industry, because they need to know that BFW is here for additive manufacturing. Now I would request Ravi Raghavan sir to, felicitate Mr. Mohan sir from ISRO.
he couldn't make it, so thank you very much.
As we had our guest online, Mr. Vijay Kumar Saraswat, who's not here, but as Brian is now from BFW, I would ask Brian to, on behalf of Mr. Saraswat, accept the felicitation by Ravi Raghavan, sir. Yeah? Please. So, yes. Yes, yes. So thank you so much, all the dignitaries on the dais. Now I invite our very own Jagannath sir, who has been very influential in setting up this whole event, who has been very influential right from sanctioning the designs to the videos to a lot of things, who has been very, helping us even at the midnight to ensure that the event goes well, to help us with the word of thanks. Jagannath sir, please welcome with a round of applause.
Yeah, it was a very busy day, and of course, highly privileged to have this a unique launch in the country with all the dignitaries. I would like to do the vote of thanks formality. Firstly, the chief guest, the Honorable Dr. Ashwath Narayan CN, Ministry of for Higher Education, and then Dr. Vijay Kumar Saraswat, Member Niti Ayog, then Dr. Devarajan, Mr. T. Parashuraman, of course, Brian Matthews, and last but not the least, our own MD, Mr. Ravi Raghavan, and Praful Shinde for continuous support and guidance. And we would like to conclude the session, and we have a small factory tour arranged, and also the additive and the hybrid in action, if any of you want to see. We would be very happy to explain to you, followed by lunch and then departure. Thank you so much for gracing the occasion and making it, very, very successful in this, very hot weather. And of course, there was a small delay from the minister. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for encouraging us. And we will keep going miles and miles, trying to do as much as possible with respect to Atmanirbhar Bharat. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I request all the dignitaries and also all the humble guests to join us for a quick factory visit, followed by lunch. Right? Okay, so change of plans immediately. So we are directly moving for lunch first. Once we have more energy, then we'll come back. I request all the dignitaries, we would like to take a small bite of yours next to the machine. So once we would have your lunch, then we would like to welcome you again here for a small video, if you don't mind. Yeah. So I request all of you to move to the garden area where the lunch is being organized, and we'll see you there. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. Thank you.